Russia collusion was a lie from the start. We've established that. We know there was no collusion between Trump and Russia. This was all based on Hillary campaign opposition research, laundered through the intelligence community, and in coordination with the Democrat-aligned legacy media, all the journos out there, trying to convince people that somehow Donald Trump worked with the Kremlin, with Vladimir Putin, to steal the election. And it never even really was clear on how exactly that was supposed to have happened. Some Facebook ad buys, hacking of emails, releasing email. It was always just smoke and mirrors. But what was real was the actual collusion, or really a better word for it would be conspiracy, of the Hillary campaign, members of the intelligence and national security apparatus, the deep state, and as we now know, also the journos who were working hand in glove with them. Fortunately, there is the Durham probe. See, we're not going to let this go, folks. I know this was a few years back, and there's a lot going on in the world. We'll talk about some of that today as well. But this matters. There has to be accountability for spying on a presidential campaign and then on a president by the opposition party, or else what kind of a country, what kind of a government do we really have? Now, this is from the Durham filing itself. This is from Special Counsel Durham's filing right now. Beginning in approximately July 2016, Tech Executive One had worked with the defendant, former Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, a U.S. investigative firm retained by law firm One, on behalf of the Clinton campaign, numerous cyber researchers and employees at multiple internet companies. All right. Tech Executive One tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an inference and narrative tying then candidate Trump to Russia. In doing so, Tech Executive One indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at law firm One and the Clinton campaign. All right, now, this shows you, starts to pull together. Now, there's a lot of moving pieces here, so I understand that we're getting down into the details. But this is starting to show you how this all came together, the Russia collusion delusion that was foisted on the American people for years. But they were fabricating a narrative, you see. They paid people in the tech world to come up with Trump-Russia ties, and then the press and the deep state were all acting like, oh my gosh, look at all these Trump-Russia ties. The whole thing was a fraud. Back to this filing. The government's evidence at trial will establish that among the internet data Tech Executive One and his associates exploited was domain name system internet traffic pertaining to a particular healthcare provider, Trump Tower, Donald Trump Central Park West apartment building, and the executive office of the President of the United States. Hold on. Think about this. The government's evidence at trial will establish that the tech data that we're talking about here included Trump Tower, Trump's private home, and the executive office of the President of the United States. They're trying to pull this data and then also try to fabricate a narrative of collusion with Russia. What the heck is going on?